Welcome to Remote Fieldwork. I am your instructor, Dr. Schultz, and you may have already seen my video in 440, or if you haven't, you can go there after you watch this one. Typically, 440 and Fieldwork would be co-requisite courses. I mean, technically, they're still co-requisite courses, but we would typically, if it wasn't a pandemic, do some of our work, some project work from 440 in the field. And that's not the case this year. They're separate. Um, that's to save all of us, and especially you, a lot of stress of trying to figure out ways to do the project and the various ways that you will be doing field work. So I just wanted to let you know that in case you had expected that they might be connected. They are not. So 440 will have everything you need in 440, and field work will be completely remote. And so the way that is going to work, and I guess at this point in the pandemic, you had some experience with your other fields being remote. So this might actually be easier for you than it was for past students who got thrown into this. Also, I am more experienced now as well too. So fieldwork will be remote, just like your other fields have been. You will get your placement, I think, actually early in the semester, which is new. Usually we place students for the second half of the semester and make that placement close to that time. But I already started working on placements for this semester because I would like to place you as early as I can so you have more flexibility in setting up your schedule. We're not tied to the 7:30 to 11:30 during the last 6 weeks of the semester, but you should make sure you have availability during the school day, obviously, so that you can attend meetings and classes set up with your teachers. So you'll be in pairs, much like you have been for other fields, and you will be matched with a cooperating teacher. And then you will complete all of your hours remote, regardless of what your school does. So the sites that we have either been remote or had a portion of their year remote themselves, and that's how the placement got started. But there is always a chance that a school district could make a decision to send students back or to a hybrid model, or that some of those things can change. And you'll stay remote regardless of what happens with your school. And there could be back and forth during your placement. And we will just be flexible and go with that. And at this point, cooperating teachers have had more experience too. So I think that it won't be as big of a deal. It won't be as stressful as it was perhaps last year. So um, for your remote hours, you will have a variety of ways that you will fulfill these. So the obvious one will be attending meetings and class sessions and holding review sessions and study sessions and intervention sessions online directly with students and meeting with teachers. So that'll be a big portion of your hours and was probably expected. But with what you've already probably noticed this with online teaching, there is a lot of time spent outside of those hours preparing and giving feedback as well. This is the case with all teaching, but especially with online, where you may be putting up asynchronous materials for students or providing them with support materials. And so those hours would count as well. So you could be at 10 p.m., for example, putting together a recorded lecture and activity materials to be used for your students the next day or on another day as an asynchronous type of activity. And that would all count as well. So we will have an hours log in here, and you may have noticed it already in Canvas. I'm not sure actually if I released that or not yet, but I will be this week or next week. There will be an hours log where you can take notes and track your hours and all the different activities that you do. And then there will be a link as well for a Google Doc, which will be a class log. And that will be a place where each week you will go in and put your hours, and that'll give me a snapshot of where everybody is each week. And so we need to keep that one up to date as well. And so that'll be one of your activities to do once you get started with fieldwork. I also will be posting a couple of different check-in times throughout the semester, and I will want you to respond to those prompts and answer the questions regardless of if your placement has started or not. This will allow me to see, again, where people are, what people are doing, and some of the questions could be answered even if you're not in field. And that will be important for me to know too, that your site hasn't started yet. So those are a couple of the assignments. The first thing that you'll have to do, and this is the one you can start before you're placed, is your background check. And you will do this the same way you did your background check for your other fieldwork placements. And I will post information in Canvas as well. And you will go in and you can do the recheck. You don't need to do the full background check because you've done that, but you do need to do the recheck. So the sooner you do that, the better, because I can't make matches until this is done. And in the past, when it wasn't a pandemic, field would happen toward the end of the semester and there'd be more time. But you should get started now because I'm hoping to actually make placements in the next couple of weeks. Related to placements, I will also give you the opportunity to let me know if there's a certain partner that you would like to work with in fieldwork. And typically I can honor those pairings. So, so I will ask you and you can let me know. There's a chance that won't work out for various reasons. And so it's not a guarantee, but I will give you the opportunity to let me know. And then once field gets started, you'll be working with your cooperating teacher. And at the end of field work, your teacher will fill out an evaluation, and that will come to me at some point as you're completing field, and that will be part of your grade. And then toward the end of field work, you will also put together a presentation where you will share what you did during field work. And I'll have specific information about that posted in Canvas as well. So, so you'll have more information about that. And I think that's all I wanted to share for now. I wanted to just give you some information to let you know what to expect and to say for this course, it's really important to just keep checking in with Canvas because there could be a few weeks where nothing is really happening. And then there are other weeks where things might be happening. And so I will be putting the updates and the new information in Canvas and so you can just keep up as we go. And if you have questions, feel free to let me know. And then I'll be seeing you in 440 as well. So you can also, if we have a meeting for 440, you can ask questions about fieldwork in there. That would be fine too. So I hope your semester is off to a good start. To recap for field, the only thing you need to work on now is getting your background check done. And then I will post information for the next steps after that. Have a great rest of your week.